Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another set of Blue Archive reactions. Today we have a pair from Nier Aganda in the comments of the last video. This is 266 and 267. Very nice them being right next to each other for the first time in quite a while. And apparently these are just some themes that are like school uniform themes. So not entirely sure what that has to do with it. I'm assuming maybe it's like an event release sort of thing, but I guess we'll listen to these and maybe I'll be able to figure that out by how they sound. So without further ado, let's go! Okay. Got a little jazzy there right at the beginning. Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's doing like the step downs. Bluesy. Probably more appropriate. Oh yeah, we vibing with this. This totally sounds like a song that would be in like an in-game shop. Definitely has that like, please buy me vibe. Almost Kirby adjacent, actually. Like classic Kirby soundtracks. Ooh, wait a minute. Ooh. Kirby doesn't get breakdowns though. Hey, wait a minute. Nice. Very welcome. Now that's a vibe right there. Yeah, a little bark there at the end. That kind of caught me off guard. Yeah, that was totally fun, and I can totally see how, like, that fits with a uniform. Again, I'm assuming that these are, like, the songs that would be in the advertisements for these uniforms, either in, like, release videos or even in-game in the store you can buy them from. Like, this is the theme that's associated with them and plays while you're sitting there during checkout, effectively. And, yeah, that's totally it. It definitely has that, like, classic mall sound to it, with these, like, jazzy, bluesy vibes to it that I really didn't anticipate, but they really do help. They make you feel like you're like, oh yeah, there's comfort in buying whatever's in front of me. I don't have to worry about anything. The vibes are great. They're immaculate. But at the same time, I kind of want to invite an alternative line of thinking. I'm in the same ballpark of like, hey, this is probably related to the school uniform, but there is also this very high potential that the school uniform thing is like an entire alternate character model slash design that's like purchasable or in some other way can be achieved to be yours in the game. I'm not sure how Blue Archive handles their like alts in their outfits or anything, but let's assume for the moment that this is an entirely different character like sheet effectively, and this is just for the character that has this outfit on. And you think, okay, school uniform, you're thinking, okay, light and bubbly, that's kind of there, but then there's this blues in there that's making it feel like this character is kind of calm, cool, and collected. Just somebody who might be even a little bit sultry, if not just kind of sassy, and has that personality to him. So, like, in the world where this is entirely for like a separate character design and not just an alternative outfit that you can just kind of take on and off at will and switch out with other options, that's where I would probably go with this one. That if this song is tied directly to a character that's within the outfit, their personality is probably shining through the song as well, and I would definitely figure that this song would be reflecting a character that's maybe a little bit more of like a traditional beauty, but also has this sass to them that makes you kind of go, oh, she's sassy. Oh, Not quite like Step on Me Mommy vibes, but definitely not cutesy and bubbly. Somebody who might be a little bit of a bad girl aesthetic I could see kind of fit in this, where like a school uniform on them might be seen as sensual. Something like that. I'm kind of leaning into what I'm expecting out of Blue Archive at this point with that one, but I assume I'd gotta be pretty close if that is the case here. But I'm gonna keep those thoughts alive and those alternate options alive when I listen to the next one, so I guess we'll get to that one now. Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, it's like the same key almost. Oop. A little bit more bubbly. Definitely a little bit more energy, more pop to it. Kind of borrowing from the same aesthetic though. A little bit more fun. I like the sound design of like the stuff moving around in there too. Didn't have that in the last song. That's very nice. I like that little trill downwards. He still got that like bluesy jazz to it. Still using this halftime though. Ooh, doubled it up a lot quicker. Yeah, this one's a little bit more cute. But it still really is similar to the other one in a lot of ways. Wonder if the characters are maybe like related to each other in some way. In-game friends, maybe. Ah, it just kind of like, you know, sparkles out. That's very nice. All right, so this one's a little bit more difficult just because it did sound in a lot of ways kind of similar. In that, it definitely had some more brightness to it. So I'm like, okay, maybe this character has a similar sultry appearance they're going for. That wouldn't be a shocker, really, for games like this. So maybe that's where they're trying to borrow from, is still pulling from that same sort of like, hey, come over here, like very alluring sound that they're going for. But it's not nearly as mature as the last version. It has a little bit more bubbliness to it, a little bit more cutesiness to it. But with a song that's otherwise telling me that this character might also have like a sultriness to them, I'm wondering if this song might be like a, okay, well, she's beautiful, but she's like also quirky in the way of like she's clumsy, or some other form of characteristic anachronism that's like, oh, well, you look so well put together and you're so gorgeous, I wouldn't expect you to have this. So maybe she's like a little bit dumb or something like that. Like, you're beautiful, but you're missing like part of the package to make you the whole package. I'm assuming a lot here, but that's kind of the goal of these videos anyway, is for me to try and figure out these characters. And I do like this idea that these are outfits within the characters, and these are like whole separate concepts of who they are, and these character outfits that they're in kind of change how you perceive who they are. It might not change their personality traits so much, but there is definitely something there that feels different when they're wearing this other outfit, and maybe they have a different ability attached to it, something like that, as opposed to just being a completely arbitrary version of a character's outfit that can be swapped at will, you know? Like, the only game that I've played that has anything even sort of similar as far as I'm aware is Heaven Burns Red, and I've only gotten into that a little bit. And I would assume that this might be like how you can have your S characters and your SS characters be the same, but they're also like different cards or different kind of approaches to the same character. The same character for sure, but just different small details about them that make them a little bit more unique and usable more so in some scenarios than others. That might be a generalization of the overall genre, but that's really all I've got to work on. Absolutely the bare minimum. So bear with me as I assume that that's the case. But yeah, I think that more or less kind of wraps up my thoughts about these songs so far. I'm definitely going to be leaning into that whole assumption that they are just slightly different variants of the same characters. That makes more sense to me, knowing what I know. As I talk it out, it kind of makes more sense, and I'm like, yeah, that's probably the case here. So that's what I'm going to go with. Let me know if I'm completely wrong, if these characters are like completely bubbly and cutesy, and that's just, I'm completely off. Feel free. I usually am a little bit off. I'm usually not exactly on point, even if I am somewhat close, so feel free to correct me down below. And of course, as always, if you have any other songs from Blue Archive I haven't gotten to that you want me to get to and listen to, leave them down in the comments below as well, and I will do my best to get to them. And if you just like this video and you want to follow me and support me for more stuff in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!